All right, and we're back. This is episode 9. So originally, this episode was going to be recorded with Kaweah, with Kenny, Denny, and Mike, the original, the people that founded that brewery up in Tulare. But things happen sometimes, and I'm going to be back on with Kenny in July. We already got it all planned out. We're going to record. We're going to have a good fucking time, have a few good beers. But before we do get started, I'm excited about this episode. It was a fun episode for me because I got to hang out with my brother-in-law Josh, my buddy Jared up in Tulare. We had a good time. We got to talk about all the different breweries that are up there, up in the Central Valley. So this is kind of like a Central Valley episode. So Central Valley, California, for all you guys not familiar with this area. We had a really good time. So I won't, kind of give away too much, but it was just, the three of us, kind of hanging out, having a few beers. Might have been a few times where we were talking over each other, but we were kind of shitty. So, shit happens. You have a few beers, you knock a few back. It happens to the best of us. But before we get into any of that, and before we jump into the headlines, and before we crack the beer, like we always do, crack a brewski, give it a reviewski, I want to give a huge shout out. And I'm going to be doing this pretty regularly for them because they are awesome. Justin and Juan at Snacks on Tap. I also give them we talk about them later on in the episode. But yeah, huge shout out to Juan and Justin. They have snacksontap.net. They have the best beer snacks. They do chili lime peanuts. They do stout peanuts. They do wheat peanuts. They do IPA peanuts. And they have their own recipe. They were even on, back when it was still Taps and Tailgates, they were on an episode. We had a great time with them. They're a blast. And they also make pretzels as well. And they make pretzels in stout, IPA, wheat. Really good. The pretzels, I feel like it really, they're like the orange rind really pops on it. One of my favorites, but my absolute favorite. Love the chili lime. And I love all the flavors. They're all great. But my favorite is the wheat pretzels. And I'm not a big pretzel guy. Love peanuts. Not a big pretzel guy, but the wheat pretzels are fire. You really do get like the orange rind off it. It's almost like, just drinking a wheat style beer with a, slice of orange in there. Not going to give Blue Moon a shout out, even though I mentioned them, whatever. But they make the best beer snacks. So shout out to Juan, shout out to Justin. They're really great people. Follow Snacks on Tap on Instagram at Snacks on Tap. Go to their website, snacksontap.net. Get some of their pretzels, get some of their peanuts. Honestly, they're amazing. Anybody that I've had around, or especially in my family or my friends and family, I always tell them to go to their website, check it out. But let's start the episode like we always do. Crack a brewski, give it a reviewski. This is a Central Valley episode, but this next beer is from Barrel House, and they are in Paso Robles, but they also have a location, I want to say, I'm not sure if it's Visalia or it might be Fresno. We're going to jump into it. And this one is a Kong Double Hazy IPA. Coming at 8.2% from Barrel House. It's a really sweet can. Reminds you of the old kind of Donkey Kong game, like the arcade game. But it looks like the hops are going after Mario. It's pretty fucking sweet. So shout out to Barrel House. And honestly, shout out, if you get your hands on this can, it's a sweet can. It's like if you're into can collecting when it comes to stuff like that, definitely check that one out. Let's crack her open, eh? Oh yeah. Gotta love that sound. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. Oh yeah. Get them there all nice and deep black. Got some dodgeball. Oh. I didn't even put my nose to the beer, and I can smell it. Like, I got that initial, like, I guess you call it a waft. You get like a sweetness, but like a sweetie, like really sweet kind of floral notes to it. Hot damn. I don't know. What was the name of that song? Couldn't tell you. It's like, hot damn. I don't even know. So, there we go. I'm just going to go in there and drink this beer. Here we go. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. Mm-hmm. Oh, oh. Now I want to, after tasting it, I want to see if it does say juicy on the side. And it is juicy. Hop score is 10 IBUs. Oh, yeah. So it's not over. Obviously, it's not overly bitter, but damn, that's good. That I wasn't expecting it to be that. I mean, I'm nothing against Barrel House. I just wasn't expecting like it to just pop the way it did, and that's honestly a big fat 10 for me. Holy shit! Because you do get the floral notes, you get the hoppy, a little bit of hoppiness on it. It is really cloudy. Good head retention on it so far, even though I chugged about half of it already. So huge shout out to Barrel House. Like, fuck, dude, they killed it on this one for sure. Big fat 10. Definitely, if you're in the area, if you're in Paso Robles, I know there's a huge campground. My sister goes there all the time. Excuse me. My apologies. Sometimes you got to burp after a beer. But it is delicious. I also do, when it comes to Central Valley Breweries, I do want to give a big shout out to someone I've been talking to a bit on Instagram. Big Pop. Oh, it's at Big Pop Brewing. Super cool guy. I added him on Instagram. He added me back. Started listening to the show. Really liked it, and wanted to be a part of everything. So I told him about the Instagram spotlight. So his name is Ryan. Go follow him if you can at Big Pop Brewing. Super cool guy. I'm going to go up there, in July when when I record with Kenny. Probably going to record a couple episodes when I'm up there. I'm going to record with Kenny, record with him. So big shout out to him. Super nice guy. We got to talk beer and, joke around a little bit. He's a super nice guy. But let's jump into the headlines. So the Commanders are reportedly sold. We'll kind of see how all that plays out. But I think it was like for about $6 billion. I mean, good for the Commanders. I mean, you would think out of all the teams in the NFL that would actually be worth a good chunk of money, you wouldn't think it'd be the Commanders or formerly the Redskins. But I mean, I guess they're pretty, I guess any NFL team now is worth a pretty penny. But, the Commanders still suck. Hopefully with new ownership, so they can kind of turn things around. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, I watch the NFL, obviously, but I don't know as much about the Commanders as somebody that would probably live there. So I'm not going to pretend like on some other sports stuff, like I know everything about that team. I'm not going to read up about them before. Not going to feed into that bullshit. But another thing, SC added Cliff Kingsbury as a offensive analyst. Not really sure. I guess I was excited about Cliff Kingsbury a few years ago, way back when Helton hired him as an offensive coordinator, but that really didn't go well. He fucking left, he was there and then gone the next day, it felt like. If anything, it's going to help recruiting, especially with guys like Dylan Raiola, who is one of the top quarterbacks, or the top quarterback in the 2024 class. But, it is what it is. I mean, if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Lincoln Riley's kind of the guy that I feel like it's character or quality over quantity and character over guys that are just in it for themselves. But, well, like I always say, we'll see how it plays out. I went to the spring game, the SC spring game yesterday. It was a fun time. Had a beer. Got to watch the game or watch the offense play the defense. It was a fun time. I mean, the spring game's always good. If you get to, hang out in April at the Coliseum, have a few beers. I know there's probably people out there that hate SC, and I understand that. I totally get it. They were cocky fucks back in the day. But it was just a good time. You get to, have a hot dog, have a beer. I'm still calling them Cracker Jacks. I don't care what people call them now. Sorry. But it was a great time. Oh, and I guess the NBA playoffs are going on right now. Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit, to quote Happy Gilmore. I'm a Bulls fan, so obviously we're absolute dog shit. But what I will do is pull up the NBA playoff bracket because I'm just going to pick it. Here we go. Whatever happens, happens, Charles. And just so everybody knows, that's my grandfather. He's been gone for a long time. Just like to have a joke around and have a good time. He had a good sense of humor, so it's fine. And I pulled up the playoff bracket. Oh, here we go. All right. And that was last year. That's not what you want. Let's go ahead and restart that. All right, so I found it. So in the first round for the Eastern Conference, we got the Milwaukee Bucks against Miami. Got Milwaukee in that one, and it's just, I mean, I know Giannis is hurt. They said he's out game one, but I feel like, Giannis, Milwaukee's been one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. And then we got Cleveland against New York. I love me some Tibbs. Obviously, being a Bulls fan, still love Tibbs. I feel like Cleveland is still young, but I'm going to go New York, even though they're up 1-0. Not just jumping on a bandwagon. Philly, Brooklyn. Philly's up 1-0 right now. Still going Philly because I don't feel like Brooklyn's quite there yet. Boston, Atlanta, I feel like that's a given. I feel like Boston wins. And then we got Denver at Minnesota. I don't know. I feel like Denver is not saying I love Colorado. Been there a few times, big Avalanche fan. But I just don't know if Denver has enough to win it. So in this case, I'm going to go Minnesota. And I'll probably be wrong. And then we got Phoenix Phoenix and the Clippers. Since there's two LA teams. I'm going to go Phoenix just because I feel like, even though I don't like Chris Paul, I'm going to go Phoenix. Sacktown, the Kings against Golden State. Sacramento's up 1-0. If Golden State's healthy, I feel like Golden State ends up winning this series, but that's going to be tough. Memphis and the Lakers. Lakers just won. I just came from a champagne brunch, obviously. Mike's had a few. Shit happens, but I'm going... I think the Lakers can really make a run, and I'm not a Laker fan. Obviously, I said I'm a Bulls fan. But I feel like the Lakers could make a run if they've been playing, if they can play the way they have the last few weeks. So that is my prediction for the NBA fucking playoffs. Not a big NBA guy, like I said, but... So what I'm going to do now is let's see here. Let's pull up the NHL playoff bracket, which I'm more of an NHL guy. But the NBA is, the NBA is what it is. I'm just not a big fan of that postseason. But I'm going to finish this beer. Then I'm going to crack open one more beer. Then I'm going to crack open. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm only doing 2 beers on the intro before we get into the thing. Hot damn, that Kong is good. All right. So, Brewski 2. This one is from Dust Bowl. I want to say Dust Bowl's from... I want to say it's like Bakersfield or something like that. Turlock. Okay, well, I was totally wrong. Hopefully it's around there. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. But this one is called Cash Crop with a K. Cash Crop Watermelon. Ale. It's an ale with all natural flavors, coming in at 4.5%. Oh, and I didn't know this. I guess Turlock was the watermelon capital of the world. So shout out to Turlock. Let's crack her open. Baby V actually got this one for me. So shout out to Veto. Shout out to my Rook. I'm just kidding. She's gonna be like, I can't believe you said that on the podcast. Here we go. Jump on in. Water's fine. Oh, that's a deep pour, eh? It's a deep pour, you hoser. Oh, and because I was doing the Canadian accent like that, I do have some pretty good news but I'll say that before I jump into the intro to the interview. Let's get a waff on this. It says watermelon, so like Jizzy would always say, if you say that you're putting a certain type of fruit or something like that into a beer, it better taste like it. So here we go. Oh, big watermelon on the nose. Big watermelon on the nose. Oh, that smells delicious. And I honestly, if it tastes like it smells, then we're in business. But like, Charles, we're cooking with gas. So here we go. Oh, that is refreshing as, refreshing as fuck. This is what that is. Holy shit. You do get a ton of watermelon on that. You get watermelon, you get the, like, almost like, it's a super hot day during the summer. You cut open a watermelon, you're taking a bite out of it, it's ice cold, and you get that initial bite from it. That's what this beer is. It's not overly sweet, nothing like that. Not overly sweet, but refreshing as fuck. And it's not like not overly clear. It's pretty clear, but it's delicious. So if you have a chance to get this one, the Cash Crop Watermelon from Dust Bowl Brewing Company, coming in at 4.5%. It may be coming in at 4.5%, but this motherfucker's a big fat 10. This one it's really good. And it says circa watermelon capital of the world, circa 1930s. That's really good. That's freaking delicious. And I was gonna say perfect segue, but it's not really a perfect segue because we're gonna be jumping into the NHL playoffs. But the NHL playoffs are like my Christmas. I'm super excited about the NHL playoffs because it is, to me, I'd probably say the most, like, one of the most exciting playoffs. I feel like it's baseball, and I've said this a bunch of times, but baseball, hockey, and college basketball. Even though I don't watch college basketball during the regular season, but March Madness, who can deny how fun that is to watch? But all right, here we go. So the Stanley Cup playoffs coming out of the Eastern Conference. We got the Boston Bruins against the second wild card, who was the President's Cup last year. The Florida Panthers with Claude Giroux and all of them. They were the President's Cup winner last year. This year, they're playing the current President Cup's winner in the Boston Bruins. I got Boston coming out of the first round. And then we got Toronto coming in at the 2 seed in that division against Tampa Bay. I got Tampa Bay winning that, so I got Boston and Tampa Bay moving on. And then coming out of the other division, we have the Hurricanes against the first wild card and the Islanders. Don't see I don't see the Rangers. Oh, not the Islanders beating the Hurricanes. I feel like the Hurricanes do move on. And then in the next round, not in the next round, the next series we have is the New Jersey Devils against the New York Rangers. This is one where I feel like the Rangers do beat the Devils. And I think they go the distance. So I got the Rangers in that series. All right, now coming out of the West Coast. Well, Central and West Coast. We got my Colorado Avalanche against the Seattle Kraken. I think I think the Avalanche win that series. They should win that series, even though they're still dealing with some injuries. And I'll get into that later. And then we have the Dallas Stars against Minnesota Wild. I got the Wild beating the Stars. I like the Wild. They got a good young team. And they got Marc-Andre Fleury, who is one of the greatest goalies of all time. And then moving on to the next series, we have the Vegas Golden Knights against the Winnipeg Jets. Winnie and the Jets. I like the Jets, but I don't feel like they have enough to be like Jack Eichel and them over there in Vegas. So I got the Golden Knights winning that. And the next series coming, out this way because I'm in obviously SoCal and near the LA area. We got the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. Last year they went 7 games. That's a tough one for me. I feel like the Oilers are better, and I'll discuss why I'm picking them in just a second. But I got the Oilers beating the Kings, but the Kings have a good young team. Like, what's one thing? Like, they're a good mix of kids and veterans. And I'll kind of jump into that, but it's kind of tough. Like with the Kings, they have like, Kempe, they have Kopitar, Arvidsson, Fiala, and Doughty. Like obviously Drew Doughty's one of the, Doughty and Kopitar are like, two staples over there in Los Angeles. For the Oilers, like you have Skinner in the net, you have Draisaitl, Ekholm, the GOAT, well, one of the GOATs, Connor McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, Evander Kane. That's going to be tough to beat. Like, honestly, I feel like out of the West, or out of that, that division, or the Pacific Division, I really feel like the Oilers are going to be really tough to beat. They're loaded right now. But then again, you never know. Boston, coming out of the East, Boston's going to be tough to beat too. Obviously, they won the President's Cup. They won broke the points record. It's going to be really tough to beat them. Olmark's been fucking phenomenal in the net. Lindholm, good. We're obviously probably going to be up for the Norris Trophy. You got Marchand, Pasternak, Bergeron, DeBrusque, like Taylor Hall. Like the names just go on for Boston. But then again, like I said before, it's kind of the whole president. Oh, they call it a curse. I'm not calling it a curse, but people call it a curse. The President's Cup, like the last 10 years, I feel like the last 10 President's Cup winners haven't won. And before that, it was the last team that did was Chicago, the Blackhawks. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, Boston looks this way with the team to beat after they fire Bruce Cassidy. You got Montgomery there now. It's just really turn the whole team around. And that team shouldn't have, that team is too good to not be legit every year. With all those guys on that team, it's ridiculous. And the Avalanche for me. To end it with the Avalanche before I jump into the interview. Not the interview, just the conversation I had with Josh and Jared. I love my Avalanche. We lost, they announced the other day that Gabriel Landeskog, the captain, will not be back for the playoffs. Everybody thought he would be. But they are getting healthy. So I'm not going to say that they're not going to go far. I feel like they can if Manson's healthy, if Darren Helm gets healthy. Manson should be back for game 1 of the playoffs if Makar's healthy. Only missing Landeskog is not so bad, but still, you're losing your captain. But he's going to have to be there for the team, and I'm sure he will be, just like I'm sure anybody would be, like any teammate would be. You got to be there trying to jack everybody up, get everybody ready. McKinnon's been playing lights out. Mikko's been playing great. They need another guy to step up. Bowen Byram's been the guy that's been stepping up, so good for fucking Bowen. A new hook really needs to, get his ass on his skates and fucking do something. But I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. I mean, and I'll keep going each week on how we go. I feel like the Avs do beat the Kraken, and then they'll play either the winner of the Wild and the Dallas Stars series. We'll see. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the NHL playoffs because this is playoff hockey. It's the most wonderful time. I can't sing, but it's the most wonderful time of the year. I fucking love it. That's all I got for this one. We're going to jump into Yeshua and Jared. His name is Josh and Jared. We're going to talk about some Central Valley breweries. Like I said, shout out to Juan and Justin Snacks on Tap. Shout out to Ryan, Big Pop Brewing. Going to have them on too come July. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, we kind of talked over each other a little bit there. We had a few, so my apologies. But in the next few weeks, I got some good stuff. I'm actually recording 3 episodes this week, so I'm recording this actually today, April 16th, the day this comes out. Monday, I'm recording with Romeo and Juliet. It's another Instagram spotlight, and then that'll be out within the next couple weeks. And then I'm recording with Kelly from Gamecraft Brewing over in Laguna Hills, who's the brand manager, beer label, the can designer, all that super cool guy. From him and I have been exchanging a few text messages. And then also Chelsea from Polyrhythm Brewing. Chelsea from Polyrhythm Brewing. in Canada, in Edmonton. So that episode will actually be out next week. It'll be out next Sunday. We're now going to talk a little playoff hockey and talk about a little, maybe a little poutine, maybe a little locals only. It'll be a good one. I hope you guys enjoy this one with Josh. If you ever want to do an Instagram spotlight, or if you're listening to this episode and be like, hey man, I'd love to be on the show, just DM at the Taproom Podcast on Instagram. We'll have a conversation, and I feel like a lot of the other people that that do listen, a few have reached out. So if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling like, yeah, you want to talk some beer with me, let's do it, man. I'd love to hear from where you're from. Love to be able to hear about all the breweries that are around you. We'll have a good time. All right. Well, without any further ado, check it out. Enjoy the show. All right, and we're back. This is episode 9 of the Taproom. I am your host, Mike, Dirty Mike, whatever you want to call me. Just kidding. I am here in the Central Valley, up here visiting my sister and my brother-in-law, Yeshua. And so Josh, I call him Yeshua, but his name is Josh. He's been on the show before, but it was back when it was Taps and Tailgates. Now it's the Taproom. Josh is here, and also Jared Thrasher, with the sickest last name of all time. How you guys doing?
Hello.
Yeah.
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Glad you guys could be here.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah. Bien, y tú? And I don't speak Spanish, so there you go.
Very, very well.
Yeah.
Nor do I. So
Yeah. Twinkle, twinkle, baby.
here we are.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're in the Central Valley right now, and up in Tulare, where some people say it differently.
Or they call it Tulare.
Yeah, or Tulare, either way.
Or for those of us that live here,
Yeah.
it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Or SinCal.
Either way.
Pretty simple.
Either way. But the first beer we were gonna, because we always started off the right way, we got a crack a brewski, give it a reviewski. But this beer is it's coming out of a growler. This is from Kaweah Brewing. I was supposed to record with them this weekend, but some stuff fell through. They're busy. The owner Kenny was out of town, but no worries. We got something planned for around 4th of July. So I'm gonna get up here. We're gonna be able to hear his story. I got to hear some of it yesterday, and it was with Denny, super awesome guy. Mike, their head brewer, really great guy. Their whole story is really awesome, like of how they started the brewery. It started back in 2013. I also but I'm not going to get too far into it because I do want to save some of that for when we actually do record together. But if you're in this area, or you're from Bakersfield, or you're in Fresno, come on down, check out their tap room. Come down. They also own a pizza parlor. Used to be in an old Shakey's. It's called Howie and Sons. Correct?
I can attest for that. Great people, great place to go grab a slice and
Yeah.
have a good brew. They kind of switch it up on tap, and whether you're into IPAs, ales, stouts, lagers, whatever you're into, they pretty much have something for everybody. So it's a good spot.
Oh, definitely. They had
great people.
All their beers on tap were amazing. I got to try a bunch from yesterday with Denny. They were so good. But today we're going to start with their mascot is a raven, and his name is Larry. So we're going to try with the Larry. It's a chocolate porter.
I used to know Larry myself.
There it is. So let's crack it in. You can pour yourself. It's a big old growler. So if you hear something, if you hear Stone Cold come out,
Here you go, sir.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got some, and all the beers we're doing today are all from the Central Valley. So anywhere in this area, but we actually found Denny from Kaweah. Yeah, like I was saying, Denny from Kaweah gave me this one, gave me this growler. He was his own growler because he didn't have any extra ones over there, so he gave me his own one. And I actually have a beer for me, to give to him, but you're gonna have to take it to him when you have a chance.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from Noble. It's because he's a stout guy. So cheers, boys. This is the chocolate porter, the Larry.
Brothers.
Larry.
Cheers. Oh yeah, that'll get you there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It tastes thick, but it's really good.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's actually really light for being a porter, and it's got a good mouthfeel to it.
Yeah, it does.
It's not, like I said, it's not overly, like Josh said, it's not heavy. It's super light. But you get those big coffee notes. You do get the chocolate notes.
for sure.
Chocolate, absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good.
It tastes thick, but it's really not thick.
It's really not. No.
Yeah, it's really heavy, like a heavy taste, but it's really, really light.
Yeah.
Extra coffee notes on the after.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
100%.
And I feel like sometimes when
tasty.
you have a stout or porter, sometimes like it's over, like you can only have a few of them.
Yeah.
But for something like this,
extra heavy.
yeah. For this one, I feel like you can crush it, like quite a few.
You
of
can
these if
enjoy.
want to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's an enjoyable. It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, this is probably like a good, probably 6 pints, 7 pints.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Knocking them back, especially if you're at Howie and Sons. You know, you're having some pizza, you're knocking a few of these back with some
yeah,
pizza
for
and
sure.
mojos because they make their own mojos too.
What's
So
the
good.
what's the ABV?
Oh crap! I probably should have remembered that. I can't remember what he told me yesterday, but I want to say it was like in like maybe like 5 or 6. I want to say it was close to a 6.
It's a little lower
Yeah.
from what I recall. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy, but it's super
Yeah.
delicious. It's really good. Honestly, big shout out to Kaweah. Sorry, I butchered it again like I did in the last episode. Really nice people. I can't wait to be able to sit down and talk with Kenny. And I actually got to meet his mom, which is really cool. She's a super sweet lady. But like I said, if you're in the area or anywhere near this area, just go check out the brewery, and we'll have some of all the beers that like I said today are going to be from the Central Valley. So it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So there's a Taproom location in Tulare. It's kind of in an industrial park.
Yeah.
Kind of looks a little outside of what you would expect for a tasting room.
Yeah.
They have like I said, or like John G said, Howie and Sons in Visalia off of Mooney Boulevard. Great people, good food, always good beers on tap. Also, a restaurant in North Visalia, great burgers, great, just good tap room food, great atmosphere, good seating, also kid friendly. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing.
Yeah, and especially it being like in an old Shakey's, like it's Shakey's was
exactly.
like when you were a
Shakey's
kid, who
was
didn't want to go to Shakey's?
Exactly. Yeah. Shakey's was just kind of the end all be all.
Yeah. And that's one thing you're probably going to experience up in the Central Valley is going to be like the family environment, especially in mostly the craft beer or the restaurant environment is going to be a whole lot of family stuff.
Oh yeah.
And when it comes to like what you've experienced with the owners, you're going to see, even meeting the mom, you're going to see that everywhere you go.
Oh yeah.
They're going to come out to your table.
Yeah.
And it's a small town feel, even though they're big. You know,
it's
and
very-
it's
it's
really
very cool.
very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to make sure you're enjoying yourself.
Exactly.
You're enjoying the food, you're enjoying the beer. And even like Denny said, he was like, "Oh, it's like Cheers. Like Howie and Sons is their Cheers."
Yeah.
And especially if you go just for the beer tasting, the beer tasting part of it, you're gonna have beers, and you're gonna meet the guy who brewed the beer and who poured his sweat,
Oh yeah.
literally, maybe not figuratively, into the beer. You know what I mean?
for
And
sure.
it's-
Yeah.
You may taste the sweat.
Yeah, hey,
Who knows?
I mean, it might add to the ambiance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. We're trying real hard. I know Visalia area is really trying to create a brewery area of the downtown.
Yeah.
And they've done a great job. There's a couple good spots popping up. So
Yeah. And that's
Visalia's grown quite a bit, so it's
definitely. And that's one of the things we're going to get into in a little bit. But I'm not trying to just harp on Kaweah, but it was just when you have really good people, like when you meet someone that's just super down to earth and willing to just have a conversation with you, and and even them, Danny kept saying, he's like, "Oh yeah, Kenny wanted me to apologize," and he said it multiple times. I was like, "Dude, it's okay. Stuff happens."
Yeah.
He had stuff going on with his kid. Yeah. They were at a cattle run, I think, or something like that, a cattle show. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Man, dude, I get it. Like,
you're in the ag capital of
yeah, and plus, and you're doing it for your kid.
I mean, I mean, Jared knows firsthand about working with ag community, and obviously, I've my job revolves around ag. And it's like, duh. If something comes up, there's absolutely nothing important right now except for that.
Of course.
You know?
And he was doing it for his kid because I know it was
Absolutely.
like one of the ones like it was like a. Well, it was like a heifer show. So it was like all the like with like I guess they would if it was like the best in show, kind of like I guess almost like a dog show but for cows.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. And he's like his kid's super into it. So I was like, dude, like don't even worry about it. We'll figure out another day. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Just good sense of community around here. I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot of farmers who, they had to relocate animals because of the recent flooding.
Yeah.
A lot of guys just kind of stepped up and,
Yeah.
we're about helping each other out around here.
Exactly.
And, it's
It's about taking care of one another. It's a family.
It's a bigger small town community, I guess, in
Yeah.
a sense. I mean, everyone's still going to help each other out. You still know the people.
Oh yeah.
We feed a lot of the state,
world.
and even a lot of the world, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really good to see everyone coming together and
Yeah.
just taking care of business, to help
Yeah.
to help everyone out. It was a nice thing to see.
Where you get a lot of
Yeah.
the beer product comes from Central Valley.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
Yeah,
No, I really you hit a home run with talking with them, and
Yeah.
I mean especially with this beer too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, and Larry, good job.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Is like,
I know. And Danny kept telling me, he was just like, "Oh man," he's like, "Kenny can't wait to tell you the story about
Yeah.
Larry." And then even his mom was just like, "Oh, do you know
Absolutely.
the story of Larry?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I have no idea, but I'm super excited about it."
yeah,
I mean, and that's all that matters to me. Like, because like I told his mom yesterday, brewers eventually they all get to kind of the same place where they're whether you own the brewery or you're actually brewing, you're kind of making your way towards the same destination, but the story to get there isn't always the same.
exactly.
And to me, that's what I love to hear. I want to hear what it took for you to get to this, or from just having a pizzeria to be like, yo, you know what? I kind of want to brew too. I want to try to brew my own beer or something like that. I mean, to me, that's everything for me. If I can hear that story and other people can hear that story, maybe it'll motivate them because they're on the fence about something.
Exactly.
Sure.
And no story's easy.
Exactly,
Everything that's hard to do requires hard work, and
Oh, for sure.
a lot of these people they put in a lot of good time, and they create a very good product.
Oh, yeah. Well, like Josh-
it's impressive.
Like Josh said about you, you were working in the ag business, in the agricultural business, and you worked your ass off to get to where you are now.
It's a tough gig.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I honestly shout out to all the Central Valley people just out there handling it, keeping cows milked and keeping, cows dry, keeping the agriculture afloat. I mean, it's big.
very tough community.
It's big. It's big around
Tough
here,
job.
and not only is it big for here, it's big for the entire world. And just shout out for everyone out there doing it right now. I mean, it's a tough time.
Yeah.
And
So-
I mean, just to mention this and just really quick, Tulare is the World Ag Expo. We have the World Ag Expo. So once a year for like 4 days, the entire world shows up here for an agricultural community
Yeah.
event. So there's like 1 million people that show up here, plus a million people. You can't find it.
It's an impressive sight.
Yeah, you can't find an Airbnb or a hotel room for like the major cities, Bakersfield or Fresno.
Yeah.
They're booked out for years
Wow.
for this event.
It's
That's
wild.
crazy too.
It's
I mean,
wild.
Yeah, I mean, because you've lived up here for what's 9 years?
We've been here
Longer?
since 2013.
Yeah, so about 10 years.
10
yeah.
years, yeah.
So I mean, and I've been coming up here all this for all that time, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So
Dude, it's the World Ag Expo.
that's cool.
Lived
Yeah,
here
and,
my
and
entire
it's right
life.
there by the golf course where we go.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So that
man.
whole center right there, it fills, man, and
Yeah.
it's like going to, just an array of like expos of extreme. I say extreme, but it's nothing more of one, tent or one shout out to the next company of the next company to the next company, and all they're doing
thousands of things to offer.
To the farmers and to the ag community, growing their next product, how to help them grow their business better, or how their business is going to help that farmer or that ag community better.
And it's honestly, I see it as an opportunity for these breweries and these microbrews coming up.
Sure.
They always have beer stands out there.
Oh, very much
for sure.
Why wouldn't it be an opportunity for someone to come in and just
it could be just
sell their product,
For sure. Like they could, especially if there's a big expo like that, and they have like some people show up and they're like, "Oh, damn, I've never had that before."
Why does it have to be exclusive to like a brew fest or then
you can get somebody to.
There's so many opportunities for everyone to just get out there and just show off their product. There's a lot of good stuff. Personally, I'm an IPA guy myself. I mean, I just, whether it's a hazy or whether it's a can of a pine tree,
if it tastes good, it tastes good, man.
It's just good stuff. And you see the different craftsmanship from all the different brewers out there. And man, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, just like, hearing all that sort of stuff from you guys, it's just, it's cool because it shows what the community does for one another. And like going back to Kaweah, and that beer, the Larry, the chocolate porter, I'm going to give that because I love porters. I'm going to give it a 9. Easily a 9 for me. I love porters. So what are you guys going to give it? I know I veered off a little bit, but what are you going to give it?
I think we all veered off.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I think we all went off on a little
That's all right, though.
Valley tangent.
It was nice to hear it, though. Nice to hear the story.
Honestly, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree with your 9. I think I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
I've drank a lot of great porters. This one's very solid. Like you said, very very strong on the coffee notes. You get a lot of coffee at the end. You get some chocolate in the mix, and
9.5 for me.
I'd say an 8.
There you go.
9.5.
So 9.5 from Josh, 8 from Jared. Sounds like a solid score to me. And so like I said earlier, all the beers that we're doing on the show today are all from the Central Valley. This next one I have is called Halfway to the Moon. It's a hazy IPA brewed by Jackrabbit. And Jackrabbit is from this one says West Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little out of the valley. But,
a little out of the valley. Yeah.
That
would have been my bad. I picked up that.
No, this is still.
Oh no! Is it one of the ones that Denny? Because I was asking Denny about which beers. Like he definitely said to pick up Jackrabbit. So.
This is still considered SAC.
Yeah.
SAC is still considered Valley.
It's a super cool can though too, because like the guy, it looks like there's an astronaut on the moon walking his dog, and they're floating because of gravity. Because there's no gravity on the moon. Hopefully I said that right, because I'll get butchered in the comments. So, but that's all right. So it's a Halfway to the Moon hazy IPA, mash hopped with Hallertau, Blanc. So it's a double dry hop. Oh, also double dry hopped with Raquel, Strata, banger, and Galaxy. So it's got to be good.
Nice.
And as long as it's a little cloudy, that's all that matters to me. Let's crack her open, boys.
Yeah.
If I don't have any nails right now, so let's. Oh, that was a good crack.
That was a good crack.
Beautiful sound.
Oh, you got a great crack. You know what I mean?
It's solid, dude.
It's a good crack like a plumber.
Exactly.
It sounds better in the San Joaquin Valley.
Oh yeah.
Just
kidding. That smells delicious.
Just kidding.
The initial waft kind of from the head.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's super cloudy too.
For sure. Yeah.
It's funny.
That smells amazing. Cheers, boys.
My wife gives me a hard time because she says I'm a smeller, and I'm like,
but dude, you gotta enjoy it. It's like a fine wine.
I smell a wine, I smell a beer.
Yeah, that smells
delicious.
Smells really good.
Yeah,
and it like you said, it is really cloudy.
Holy fuck, that's good.
Gunner would like this for sure.
Oh, Gunner would love this, especially because it's a 7. And obviously,
That's delicious.
Yeah, the people listening, like, no, Gunner's been on the intro the last couple episodes because of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
This is really good, and it's a 7%.
Yeah.
It's not a double, but it's for being a single.
This is
It pops
for being a single. It's
it pops for me. Like, I really like this. You really get the floral notes. You're getting that double. You're getting that Galaxy. You're getting that Strata. They are. I just want to smell it all the time, but it's just the whole time. But it's freaking good, and super cloudy.
Honestly,
Really crisp too.
I want another one.
Yeah. Hey, we could.
That's probably my best review of this. This is something that I could drink
several back and forth.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Back to back. Yeah.
I could have it, have a good lunch, have another one. I mean, this is something you could keep coming.
Oh, for sure.
And
but it's
still not quite get yourself into trouble. But it is a 7.
It'll sneak up on you after a while.
Yeah, you have 2 or 3, and I mean it'll get you. But
game on,
man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean I love it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love. I mean I love everything about this so far.
Yeah, I want to save some for Beto so she can try it, but then I just want to drink it all. So.
Yeah, I mean.
She's going to be like, you didn't save me a drink?
Too bad.
Sorry, babe.
Just tell her it got hot.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Yep,
I'm going to finish this sucker.
It was too warm. I'm doing it.
BFT for me.
I'm right there with you. I was going to say Big Fat 10.
Yeah.
That's a solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid IPA. Absolutely.
I fucking love that can, though, too. The can art, because sometimes I was actually, when I was talking to Chris on the last episode 8, in that interview, I was telling him that, like, you can have, the absolute, like, a really great hazy IPA or just a regular IPA, double IPA, West Coast, whatever. Mm-hmm. And you could be right there teetering between like a 9.5 and a 10. But if that can artwork is there too, it sets it off. Like, I mean, that just, because it's not, it's about the artistry, not just, in the beer, I mean, because the beer is what you're going to be drinking, but the artistry behind the can too.
That's why you pick up the can.
Yeah. That's
why you get the can.
It's
exactly.
Like that, it's like that one I shared with you last night.
Oh, yeah. And that was from...
It was, I'm not...
Oh, it was they do not exist or something like that?
Yes, we have a can right here, actually.
Oh, yeah. We can crack one of those. If it's still in there, we can crack one of those after.
Let's see what we got.
I think it's called There Do Not Exist or They Do Not Exist.
Yes, something like that.
It was honestly
the name of the brewer.
Yeah, super great beer that we had last night. Jared brought it over so we can share one.
Absent Origin hazy IPA.
And then I think it has like the thing on the side.
From There Does Not Exist out of
There Does Not Exist,
California.
Close enough.
And that's
solid.
That's a SoCal. That's a SoCal one too.
Not just shout out to the beer, but kind of just to take it back to the artwork.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this one kind of called out to me.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like like almost like a. I'm a super nerd, so it almost reminds me of like Galactus, like eating a planet almost.
Exactly.
Well, then it has some spider webs.
Yeah, it has all that sort of stuff.
So it's like.
Yeah, and we last night we checked out that brewery's website. Super cool merch.
Yeah.
Like there's like I was showing Beto yesterday. I was like, man, fuck. There was a hoodie I wanted.
Cool.
There was like a half zip.
We were looking at it last night. Yeah. Absolutely.
I was like, man, that shit looks awesome.
Great stuff.
But speaking of different breweries in the Central Valley, are there specific ones other than obviously Kaweah that we talked about earlier? Are there other ones that you guys like to frequent or go to?
Yeah, Barrel House probably stands out.
Yeah.
Barrel House is probably one of the big ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the more popular ones.
It's more family friendly.
Yeah.
They have a live band. Friday nights.
We're a little more family oriented.
It's a place you can take your kids. They have a little. They have a back area. Cornhole boards.
Oh, there you go.
All that good stuff. Just good drinking games. But
it's just something on the top.
They don't serve food, but there's a lot of great local eats.
Yeah.
You can get right across the street. There's Philly's, great Philly cheesesteak. Shout out to Philly's for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of great local restaurants that you can grab. They don't mind you bringing in outside food.
Oh, that's
nothing
always
like
cool,
that.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's solid.
Little downtown area here
yeah,
in Visalia.
it's a cool spot.
It's cool spot.
Also, Brew Bakers.
Brew Bakers.
Shout out to Brew Bakers.
Yeah.
If
we could
around here, Brew Bakers is they're kind of the OG as far as around
Central
here,
Valley.
brewing beer. Shout out to Randy at Brew Bakers. He does some good stuff. He's invited me in multiple times to
might have to get him on the show.
He'd be a great guy to talk to.
That's solid
guy.
Yeah.
He loves to just get guys together, try his different beers, have some cigars.
They have a good upper patio area too.
Absolutely.
And it's a pretty nice little location.
And it's really cool. You can go in, you sit there and eat. You literally see the tanks right there. You see the whole shindig, and you know, if you kind of understand the operation, you can kind of like follow the pipes around. And
for sure.
It's really cool. Brews a lot of different beers. He has a couple great IPAs he brews.
Okay.
I think there's a triple in there too.
Oh, if there's a triple, then game on.
Yeah.
There's a
triple in there. I think I've tasted it and I was like, woo! Put me on my heels, man.
There's a Sequoia Red that he does. It's kind of like their staple.
Yeah.
Great beer.
Kai loves the Reds.
They actually they mix some beers sometimes, so you can get one of my personal favorites called a Red Eye. So they mix their house Sequoia Red with a random IPA, and man, it's pretty tasty.
Awesome.
Great food, great atmosphere. Just man, good people. The staff's great.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. For me, I've frequented it, quite a bit over the years, and everyone knows my name, and
cheers.
I walk
Sometimes
in, and it's
go.
pretty cool. Actually, when my son was being born, my wife labored at Brew Bakers.
Oh, there you go.
Literally. And then we went she was like, hey, I don't think it's going to happen quite yet. Let's go to Brew Bakers. And,
That's cool.
So I had a couple beers and went to the hospital and had my son. So
awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Lucky.
But I mean, like I said, just great people, great beers. So yeah, like I said, they're kind of the OG. Like I said, Barrel House came in.
I've heard nothing but good things about Barrel House.
Barrel House. They're really good staple.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like a bigger brand, if you will, like a big.
And
box
they have
store.
multiple locations. I saw they had one in Fresno. They had one in Visalia.
Sequoia Brewing Company also came in to Visalia. They also have a couple of locations in Fresno. One in Tower, one in I want to say in the downtown area.
Yeah,
that's all Tower or Tower if you want to consider it Tower.
Right.
And
so
then
they
downtown, I guess.
They have two locations in Fresno, and I mean, they came into they're on Main Street in Visalia. Yeah, good location, great food, great people.
Really cool.
They have a full bar. They offer awesome drinks.
They sponsor a lot of stuff.
Anywhere from old. If you want a great old fashioned, if you want,
nice.
They do good drinks,
good
too.
stuff.
Okay,
man. I mean,
so they offer like a full bar as well.
If you're a whiskey connoisseur, I mean,
it's
a good spot to go. Yeah, absolutely.
They do good stuff as well, but beers as well. Yeah. I mean, just to go back and further even into like some of the like Fresno downtown bars.
Yeah.
I mean, Full Circle Brewery.
Yeah, I've heard a ton about Full Circle too.
Yep.
So that's an up and coming. It's still kind of in the works, but it's still going.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent. I mean, for me, I really like a lot of their beers, and I have a couple stickers on my freezer here.
And crazy story about Full Circle. It was Full Circle, they were a dairy operation.
Oh,
and
really?
I did all of their dairy work, and then all of a sudden, I left the dairy equipment business for a couple of years, and they switched from the dairy right into the brewery. They literally created Full Circle. I mean,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. Literally,
Yeah.
I mean,
So they went full circle.
yeah, no, they did. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it
you
was
go
solid.
you go from milking cows and spinning.
Yeah.
I mean,
Milking cows
all
and slanging beers.
all the
Exactly.
amount of money that they spend into, you know, what we did as far as the dairying for them, and then
Yeah.
they were just like, you know what, let's go brew beer. It's really cool. It's a very cool story.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all about what you're into. Like, I mean, maybe during that time
Yeah.
you're like, fuck it, this
Yeah,
is what I've always
I mean,
been into.
That's a little side note. I mean,
Yeah,
on
that's
how
awesome.
On how full circle became full circle. So
Yeah.
actually, my former company came in and did a lot of their refrigeration and stuff for
dang.
for the brewery. Just, you know,
That's really cool.
based on the work that we had done for them. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty.
That's
cool.
how small this
It's
whole
pretty
ag
cool.
Yeah.
place is. Like
Yeah.
that's how much
That's how tight knit they are. You know.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show you, if you have the capital to do something, you know,
Yeah.
you could always switch gears at any time. Like, don't ever feel set on what you're doing in life. You know,
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
You never have to settle for what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
always, you know,
Oh, yeah.
there's so many different avenues for creativity and just different things to do in life. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah. And there was the guy, going back to him last week, the guy, Chris, like he grew up in Pennsylvania and his dad was from Colombia. So he came over.
Is he a Quaker?
No.
No.
But he migrated from Colombia to Pennsylvania.
No offense to Quakers.
Oh no, fine.
None
Migrated from there to here or to Pennsylvania, and then he, at 21 years old, like start to frequent breweries and stuff like that, like a craft brewery. He's like, you can do this as a profession. So he was 23 years old, and he tells his dad, he's like, man, working at a battery factory here in Pennsylvania, like, can I do this my whole life, or do I want to regret it the rest of my life that I didn't try to do something different? So he fucking packed his bags at 23 years old, moved to San Diego, and now he's one of the, education program manager at Pure Brewing, Pure Project, which is one of my favorite breweries ever. So like when he was telling me his story, it's like, man, like if you can decide to do one thing your entire life and then be like, well, fuck, man, I wish I would have done this. I mean, if you're willing to just, sometimes it's a risk. Sometimes you have to take a risk and you have to jump from one thing to the other. And sometimes you might fall. It's like fucking Mario. Like you're trying to jump to avoid the lava, and sometimes you fall in, sometimes you don't.
Yeah. Sometimes that fall into the lava is
it's a teachable moment.
It's a better opportunity for something else that you had no idea even existed.
Exactly.
It's a good fail.
It's
It's a good
failure's
fail.
a good thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Failure makes you.
Yeah.
And just on a good note, your support is always there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And if you don't have support,
Support is everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's what the guy's dad told him. He's like, dude, like you're 23 years old. He's like, I came from Colombia to Pennsylvania without $1 in my pocket, but I figured it out. He's like, if you want to move out there, go. Like, so now's the time to do it. You're 23 years old,
I went from a position where I was home every night.
Yeah.
And now I'm home every 4 days.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you're doing what you have to sacrifice for your family.
Exactly. You have to, and I mean, it's hard. There are definite hardships, but you
do it for the kids.
you roll with the punches.
one good thing that I'm sorry, I'm not interrupting. I do.
Yeah.
One good thing about Central Valley, we still have an ice cream man that rolls.
I could hear it. Yeah.
And he still rolls. That's why I was
If
like,
we took the mics outside, we would definitely hear the
you'll probably hear the kids
local
run
ice
out there
cream
and
man for sure.
ice cream man, ice cream man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
it's cool. Like I said, we're small town around here, but
Hey, small town, big heart.
small
Damn
town,
Skippy.
big town, but
Damn
hey,
Skippy.
hey,
Yeah.
but we still have a local ice cream man.
There you go.
There it is.
What more can you
He
ask
lives
for?
2 streets up.
Yep.
Yep, I saw him restocking his truck the other day.
Yeah, we drove past and Beto was just like, is that an ice cream truck? In the driveway.
that guy.
Literally, if you go knock on his door and ask him, hey,
Yeah.
can we buy some ice? Yeah, come on.
Yeah. That's awesome. And that's cool though. I mean, like kids can Jack goes for a walk all the time. For the audience listening, Jack's my nephew. Like, he can go for a walk and, and he's fine.
It's a safe place.
Yeah. But, since you pulled that sucker out,
Yeah.
Let's crack her open, eh?
Slow, eh?
I'm gonna let you crack it. Crack it right next to the mic. Oh yeah, get in there all nice and deep, like. I'm gonna talk like this. Oh yeah. Oh, I like it.
Ooh, good one.
That song just that sound just gets you off.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so
And you can see the little spikes in the audio. Gotta love it.
this is the Absent Origin Hazy IPA from There Does Not Exist,
Yeah.
San Luis
That
Obispo,
was a
California.
7, right?
This is
It's got to be on there somewhere.
son of a gun.
No, I think you
this
said
is
it was
6.5.
6.5, a single,
This is
another
6.5.
single. Let's get it done.
Let's do it.
Me and Jonji actually had one last night, and
Fucking delicious.
it was a beautiful thing.
taster.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you poured it.
I'm
You
gonna
got
pour. Here you go, brother.
it. Well, here we go. I'm gonna get it.
We're gonna
get
get
all
it.
in the mic.
We're gonna give it another shot. This
here
is
it
a surprise beer we didn't know we were gonna have.
Yeah.
No,
Surprises. And we got 2 more in there. So we're,
Yeah,
we're in
and
it.
Surprises are good.
No, and this is another St. Cal one, so that's
Yeah.
another goodie.
Yeah, to be able to just, like I said, more than anything, that's why I wanted to have you guys on the show since everything, didn't work. Not didn't work out, but I mean, stuff comes up, like I said, like with Kaweah. But I wanted to have you guys on because you guys live up here. Like, you guys are here all the time, and you guys know where to frequent, and we'll get into. Because we want to, obviously, the breweries we talked about, but we'll also get into the locals only, where like your favorite food places and all that stuff after we review this beer.
Absolutely.
So cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers, my brothers.
You know what song I have in my head right now? I have that, son of a bitch, give me a drink.
Give me a drink.
Yeah, banger.
It's a
The
solid.
banks.
I think it is because I made that reel for Noble. Shout out to Noble in Anaheim. Josh, Jimmy, Paul, love you guys.
Man, I love this beer, man.
Yeah, it's good. I actually I shared it with Jizzy
Yeah.
a couple weekends ago.
Shout out to Jizzy.
Shout out to Jizzy for sure. I like my IPAs on the fruity side, and I feel like I get a lot of the fruity notes, but I still get
The little hop.
I still get the hop that I
for sure.
truly
That you
like
crave.
that I crave out of an IPA. I mean,
Yeah. Especially with the
they
hazy.
call it chewing on the hops,
Yeah.
and I feel like a lot of times that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
When I come across a good IPA, I feel like I want the hoppiness and the fruitiness. If that comes too, I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's a good second note.
Yeah. I was wondering if there was Citra in this because you kind of get Citra notes from it. But yeah, the hops, like whether it's the hops or the grains, and it's crazy. Like I've only ever been to one of the brewing classes that me and Jizzy went to, but when they you're just they pour the malt in your hand and you're smelling it, you get that, and then you get the hops, and you're like, you get to rub it in your hand and take the whiff of it, and it's just like, and it just explodes, and then that's when you kind of get those you can kind of once you smell the different types of hops.
You can kind of pick apart the taste.
Yeah,
of your
you can
beer.
find the different notes in it.
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like when it comes to just drinking beer, and this is
Absolutely.
to rank this
I
one
mean,
is it's tough, but I'm gonna give this one a big fat 10 too. I really like this. This is
Yeah,
really
this has been a big fat 10 every time
Yeah.
I've tasted it.
yeah.
100%.
And like Jared said, like it's the can artwork too. Like it's we talked about earlier. It does remind me of like almost like a being a comic book nerd. Like it reminds me of kind of like Galactus, almost like inhaling a planet, and that just
Yeah.
I
The
can't
original
help
Halo.
I can't help but go there.
Yeah, the
Sometimes
original
when we
Halo
do stuff.
sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
So-
for me, original Halo.
Yeah.
That's what
The
brings me back.
I mean,
like,
the color of the
to some
label, it's
degree.
all black and white.
Yeah.
I mean, you
And-
don't have colors jumping off at you, but
Yeah.
I mean,
But
when,
you can
when
see-
you appreciate the
yeah.
art and you see like what's happening.
Yeah, it almost looks like stars and like maybe like a little meteor shower going that way and like a black hole on the other side.
Yeah. So I
Charles?
guess if that's what you're looking for, this artwork will definitely jump off the page at you. And
Yeah. And how
it's
different
worth
are those
it's worth
two?
a shot. It's worth a try.
Oh yeah.
If you're an IPA drinker, I strongly suggest it.
Yeah. And how different is that can artwork to that can artwork? But they're both amazing.
Both,
for sure.
They're both great, and they both have the same. They both have the same idea, and you know.
But one thing,
it's just crazy to see how different ways people go.
Oh, for sure.
Because there's such a vast difference between these two that we've tasted, and
I was talking to Denny yesterday from Kaweah. I was telling him how, and I'm going back to Chris again from last week's episode. But we were talking about, because working for Pure, like their head brewer, like they don't put out a bad beer, like ever. Like, knock on wood. Yeah, I knocked on my wiener. Sorry.
Not happening.
Yeah. But we were talking about the head brewer there, and he was saying that, like, he told the head brewer, he's like, this might be one of the best batches you've ever done. He was like, yeah, but I think I can tweak it a little bit.
Nice.
And that's what I love.
The perfection.
Like, yeah, because it's not just like, I can take the beer the way it is right now and be content and brew that my entire life and be fine. But, for him to be like, yeah, but I want to take it way over there. I want to go that way, this way, that way.
Absolutely. From the label of the can to the contents of the can, it's an art. I mean, and these guys work hard. And I've seen brewers who've tasted it right out of the tank, and they just know like it's not right, or if it's perfect, or if there's something that they could have done different, or something they need to tweak. It's very cool. And I mean, you go into some of these local restaurants around here and breweries around here, and you can actually see that. Like, firsthand. You can see the brewer coming up. Mm-hmm. He's the owner of the place. And he comes up and he tastes the beer and he's like, nope.
Yeah. And there's a lot of times, like there are, because don't get me wrong, there are some breweries out there, and I won't mention any names, but there are some breweries out there that will just be like, oh, you know what? People will tell them, maybe not people, but maybe the brewer says, hey, it's a bad batch. The owner will be like, yeah, but we got to put it out anyway.
Yeah.
But when you don't, like, when you're willing to try to perfect your craft and you're like, no, we're not releasing that. Yeah. We're not going to put that out there.
It's 100 gallons wasted.
Yeah. It's it's all that, all that.
What are you going to call it? The Bad Batch IPA?
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Star Wars. Shout out to Nadav, head brewer at Long Beach Beer Lab. Huge Star Wars fan, so I had to give him a shout.
Bad Batch.
The force is with you.
Oh yeah. Dude, honestly, that guy, super cool guy too. Him and I have actually talked about starting our own Star Wars podcast on the side. Because of we're both such super nerds about that stuff. So that's in the works. And spoiler alert, I wasn't going to talk about that yet, but that could potentially.
Also, a shout out to the local places around here. They do Star Wars trivia.
Love that.
On the frequent, especially on May the 4th.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with you.
Exactly. Always.
Yeah. Always.
But yeah, this is such a great beer. Such a great beer.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Another slow.
Oh yeah, and it's
slow.
You just, like I said, you can, two different can artworks, two different beers. Could have used similar hops, but it's we always, I always talk about, is you can grow a hop in one region and the one hop in one region and then the same hop in another region, and it comes out completely different because of the soil.
It's literally just over the mountain.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
Or you have the people who have the same hops and they just use something totally different with it.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Just some people know things that others don't, they think they do, or, and I mean, people have been doing it for so long. They know the twists and the quirks they need to put into their, to their recipe. And I mean, it's great. You get some great beers, and then you get some that you're like, keep it up, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's what I love about it. But well, you know what? We need to grab another beer because we're gonna go back to backsies on this one. Back to backsies.
Let me.
Whoever wants to grab the brewski.
Got it.
Oh yeah. Look at me when you pick up that chair.
Little noises.
There you go.
I'll move the growler. So.
And I was gonna talk about the Masters, but the only reason I wasn't gonna talk about the Masters
because tree fell.
No, it's because when this episode airs...
A lot of rain, dude.
Yeah, well, when this episode airs, it's going to be over, so...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, but just an update, I think Koepka was still
He's still
winning.
Yeah.
Ram was in second. It was like 13-9.
I don't even know where Tiger is, but that's all I care if Tiger's going to finish.
Yeah.
Tiger was gonna finish. He looked a little.
No, you're fine.
He looked a little. He looked a little sluggish. He was limping a little bit.
He was birdieing holes though.
He was looking. I got some updates on him.
I just love Tiger so much because he's such a competitor, and
yes.
he even the commentators, even the commentators were saying like he knows that he's not gonna compete. But he's still so much of a competitor.
Masters.
He doesn't want to mess up.
Yeah, he has to get back out there.
Yeah.
He's out there limping around. I mean, like, shout out to Tiger Woods, 100%.
Yeah.
He's a true competitor, and I mean, he's a good influence to those younger guys out there. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah. Who says
It's
golf
not easy.
isn't easy?
It's not
sport?
easy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm an avid golfer myself, and good Lord. You have your good days, you have your bad days, but just Tiger's out there just competing.
Oh yeah,
he knows he's not going to win. He knows he knows he's going to be out there competing.
Yeah,
I feel like he's just trying to be a good influence for all the younger generations out there.
I truly believe
just
that.
push, always push, keep going no matter what.
Yeah, and not everybody gets a fucking trophy.
No.
And you know what? I think that's big for him.
Yeah.
And I think that's big for him to like make that a point.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to get a trophy.
Yeah.
Tiger's
think
not
that's
going to get a
huge.
participation medal for this
Exactly.
one.
Yeah.
He's just out there and he's grinding.
Yeah.
And
He's doing something he loves.
yeah, I give a lot
Hey,
of props to
you know
him.
what? I put that on every post I do
Yeah.
in my job.
Yeah.
I put that keep on grinding.
Yeah.
You have
And
to.
not that, that's part of my job.
Josh literally grinds for
Yeah.
work, but
I that's what I do now.
you got to keep on grinding.
He grinds on a
Keep on
skateboard. I'm just kidding.
I just grind.
Josh is a pro skater.
Yeah.
I'm not a pro skater.
Just joshing. Just joshing. There you go.
But
Josh,
my brother used to be a pro skater.
Good times.
There you go. Which one was it? Mike?
Mike.
Oh, was
Yeah.
Mike was a pro
Mike,
skater? Oh,
yeah.
shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What do we got there, John G?
Oh, this next one? It's called Low Dome. It's from Tioga Sequoia Brewing.
Nice. There you go. Sequoia.
Let's see here. It's a citrus wheat. Not the biggest wheat brew kind of fan, but hey, still good. Hey, they even put their calories on here. Not many breweries do that.
That's neat.
Coming in at 4%, 3.5 carbs,
All right.
90 calories, 90 calories.
That's why it's low dome.
Yeah, brewed
So
and canned in Fresno, California.
There you go. So
you can enjoy this beverage and not worry about the calories.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's so the world, eh?
so Tioga has a downtown
Little snapper, eh?
Perfect.
good snapper.
Yeah. You hoser.
And so they have a little downtown area, and they host a lot of good, like outdoor events too, especially in the summer.
Okay.
Great little outdoor location,
Yeah.
right next to the little AA
Oh, the baseball team.
baseball team.
Yeah.
They host like soccer events.
Yeah.
I mean, they host a lot of events at that place. And my former job, I used to work at, several extracurricular outside events.
Yeah.
And man, just great events.
Great events, good people.
They put on
Yeah.
a good show, definitely.
Everybody used to go there afterwards.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Tioga Sequoia is it's a solid one.
they hold a lot of people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what, I mean, honestly, that's what I feel like, when it comes to like craft breweries, it's about bringing people together for the same reason. And, even a lot of like, when I was talking, going back to Denny again, they have porters, they have IPAs, they have seltzers. You cater to, sometimes, catering to a certain crowd, but you kind of have to do that now because not everybody comes in wanting to drink an IPA. It might be their first one, but they might try this one, like, oh, maybe give this a shot or give that a shot. But you can kind of, do all that sort of stuff. But this is the Low Dome citrus wheat. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Cheers.
My fellas.
Slancha. Charles?
Slancha?
Either way.
I've been slancha ever.
Yeah. what was the dog's name in Strange Brew? What was it? It wasn't Hoser, was it? It wasn't like Hoser Hut? No.
No, it was...
Hoser Hut's from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh my gosh, why can I not remember
It wasn't
that?
Hoser? When they fucking give him the... They pour the beer in the
beer,
dog bowl,
and
and then they pour the beer back into the dad's beer.
Because it was the last beer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That smells pretty good.
It does smell good. No, they had his name was on the beer or on the dog bowl.
I thought it was Hoser.
No, it wasn't Hoser.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah,
I'm going to look it up while you guys
look it
talk about it.
This actually has a lot of orange.
Very orange.
Super orangey,
off the scent.
Oh, you know what? And I forgot. I have to make sure to mention them. And I'm just going to do that now. Shout out to Snacks on Tap. They sent me some snacks. Well, actually, I'm going to have you guys try them after the show's over.
I love Snacks on Tap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Josh was on when the episode when we got those the first time. Shout out to Juan and Justin. They make the best bar snacks.
Yes.
Peanuts. They have chili lime peanuts, stout peanuts, wheat peanuts, IPA peanuts, and then also pretzels, which are fire. And it's the same thing with wheat. There's no chili lime, but it's wheat, stout, and IPA peanuts. Delicious.
Wheat, favorite, one of my favorite with the pretzels.
The
Pretty
stout's
solid.
so good too.
Yeah.
The stout peanuts are fire.
Yeah.
Sounds too good to be true.
They're super good. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hosehead.
Hosehead.
Hosehead was the dog's name.
Yeah, it has to be, so Canadian. Hosehead.
Oh, yeah.
Are you feeding that dog beer again? That's right.
Yes, I am.
Have you ever watched Strange Brew?
You've
Okay.
You've tried to start it for me a couple times.
Yeah.
It can be a little rough to get through.
Yeah.
But it is Bob and Doug McKenzie. Like, it's Rick Moranis and what's his name? It's so funny.
Doug McKenzie.
Yeah, Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yeah. The McKenzie brothers.
Yeah. He's all, I got this little mouse here in this little bottle, eh? But I loved it. I mean, I'm going to sound like a nerd, but going back to Brother Bear, I think that came out in like 2004 or 5. And Bob and Doug McKenzie, Rick Moranis and the other guy, play the mooses in that one. And they even mentioned, like, I just want a nice roasted malt over a bed of grain or whatever he says. I can't remember what he says. But it was so good. I was paraphrasing. Yeah.
And then they're all.
The hockey, when they're playing hockey against those freaking guys, is so stupid. But it's so funny, though. What are you guys going to give it? I'm not the biggest citrus wheat kind of guy, like a Blue Moon.
Nor am I.
But it's still really good, though. Like, it's actually kind of refreshing. Like, I could probably sink a couple
This actually
days.
is like a refreshing palate taste for me.
Yeah, after having a couple hazies.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, this is really pretty solid for me. And if you guys don't mind, I'll probably go first.
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
No, I mean, this is a really good, probably solid 9 for me.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be like a good one, like, say if you're having, like, like a hazy or something like that on the golf course, and you pull one of these out of your bag, it would be a perfect palate cleanser for that.
Sure.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I actually like this.
Yeah, I really agree with you.
Yeah.
Solid palate cleanser.
Oh yeah.
Good on the golf course. If you have like a couple of these in your bag or in the cooler, just to take.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we were talking about, or when was it Crown that came up with the whistle blow?
Oh yeah, the water break.
The water break.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Not good. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a solid, probably 8 for sure.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm biased. I'm more of I would like a little more, hoppiness as far as,
Yeah.
more of like an IPA. But if I were to pull something out and I wanted it to be refreshing, and I wanted it to be long lasting.
Oh, for sure.
This would be a solid choice. Absolutely. 100%. It's real, real good. As far as the orange notes, good for summer. Good to just kind of
and it's low carb.
Chill and relax
and there's
on.
no aftertaste. It's really solid.
Yeah.
It really does have a solid.
Being low carb, only 90 calories for that sucker. I mean, that's actually pretty good.
You could probably drink 10.
Yeah. I mean, the only aftertaste is orangey. I mean,
man, how are you going to beat that? And
you really can't. I mean,
going back to Snacks on Tap, their wheat pretzels almost taste like, that orange rind.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I have some in the room, and I don't know why I forgot to bring them out till now. But next segment, locals only. Gave us if there's a pizza place, or we already talked about Howie, so that'll be the pizza place. Is there like a taco place, or I know In-N-Out's everywhere in California, but is there another burger place, or it doesn't have to be a burger place, but like tacos?
Honestly, locally,
pasta, wherever.
Honestly, locally, shout out to Stacks Bar and Grill. They have a lot of good brews on tap. Quite a good assortment.
Okay.
And their burgers.
Their burgers are phenomenal. But you can get a burger any style. You can get fries any style. You can get them dissolved in nacho cheese.
Awesome.
It's a good place to eat. Philly's right across the street from.
You said
from Barrel House.
There you go.
Yeah. Good place.
Philly cheesesteaks.
Go grab a Philly cheesesteak. Go have a good beer at Barrel House.
What kind of cheese do you get on your Philly steak?
Ooh.
I'm an American guy. I love I know people love Cheese Whiz. Some people love provolone. Mm-hmm. I love American cheese.
Me some pepper jack.
Oh, pepper jack's fire.
Pepper jack's solid. If you can melt Swiss cheese in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh man. I love me some Swiss.
You gotta heat up that pepper jack though.
Yeah, you gotta get it.
That's why I love American so much, because it just melts so good, and it just kind of especially if you kind of mix it in with the meat, it just gets all gooey and all in your mouth. All that meat in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, Mike. There he is.
Back. Also, huge shout out to pita kebab. If you like pita, if you like Mediterranean food, if you like anything in between, they have American burgers. They have everything. I call it the Baskin Robbins of places to have a beer.
Nice.
Most of the time they have 31 beers on tap. I can go in. I can get Pliny the Elder on tap.
Yeah,
all day.
Solid.
They usually have it in the fridge for me. Such an OG. Such a great beer. I mean,
we had one last night, didn't we?
We did. Yeah. We had one last night. Just good place, good people. The bar staff, they are very intelligent on the beer that they are serving you. Yeah. They know where it came from. They know how it was made. They know, very educated. But yeah, if you enjoy Mediterranean food and you want a very vast assortment of beers, man, Pita Kebab, Visalia, California is it's the place to be.
Nice.
Great ownership, great people. They're intelligent all around. They'll tell you about the food. They'll tell you about the beer. They'll tell you about everything. I mean, such a great place.
And that's all you can ask for.
31 beers on tap.
Yeah, and if you walk in and you'd be like, "Hey, man, which one should I try? I've had this one. What should I try next?"
And
if they can do that for me,
they're very knowledgeable. And they, my wife, she enjoys sours. Yeah. So she'll find a sour, and 99.9% of the time, after that, she's looking for something a little different. Yeah. And they always can point her in the right direction. They always have knowledgeable staff that can tell her, what she may or may not want next. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's all. They offer you tasters at no charge. Awesome. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Just great place to be.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Just if you're looking for a quick lunch and a couple good beers, Pita Kebab and Visalia. Nice. Absolutely.
Yeah. What about you, Yesh?
Yeah, for me, Drunk Donkey.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with them. Jose and his wife, I mean, they've done some solid work. They've just converted their single-sided bar to now a double-sided bar.
Okay.
It used to be like a buffet style like order on the now double-sided sided bar.
Yeah.
And now it's a double-sided, or you used to order.
Yeah.
But now it's bar stools, horse shape or horseshoe style bar.
Okay.
So it's seated all the way around, horseshoe. I mean, it's great. It's really nice. The seating is awesome. It's really family friendly. They, not including the bar seating, they have like family seating inside the restaurant area. They have bar stools or I guess pub style seating. They have, regular table seatings. People will come up, take your food order immediately.
Awesome.
It's not like it's like you're
waiting for a while. Yeah.
They're pretty
extremely on it. And it's great Mexican food.
Yeah.
And you're not like getting like some cheap ass Mexican food.
Yeah.
You're getting good ass Mexican food.
Yeah.
And it's not overnight stuff.
Yeah.
These people are like back there like making the stuff handmade. Tortillas are good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Central Valley good Mexican food.
That nice.
Stuff that you're going to see nowhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have done it right.
That's awesome.
They actually own another restaurant. They own a building up in Reedley, California, which is probably about 30 minutes north of us. A little small community. He's renovating the entire restaurant. He's going to make it exactly the way he wants to make it.
Awesome.
He bought the building completely cash, basically. He owns it. He's going to make it exactly the way he wants it. Hands down.
That's awesome.
He's running the lines exactly the way he wants them. Nothing, when it's open, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So he's not going to say, oh man, I wish I did this.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be
That's
exactly the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
And so back to the Drunk Donkey, it's going to be Drunk Donkey 2 up there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great location, number 2. But here in Tulare, Drunk Donkey, hands down, I mean, they really take care of you.
Awesome.
You sit down, I mean, it's always been like a really solid place. You have a really good local group. You have like your veteran group. You have some old vets that show up and they do, like their, they call it 21 cup.
Okay. What's that?
So you get some dice, you throw it in a cup, you shake it up, and you throw it down.
Oh, okay.
And if
It's like
you've
Pirates of the Caribbean shit.
yeah,
It's liar's dice.
liar's dice. So
yeah,
you're
they play
playing.
that in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah, so you look and you're like, so other people are playing too. You're like,
Yeah. Like
so
3
you're playing,
2s or 4 6s.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're
It's like
playing
playing
poker.
bullshit.
You're exactly what
Yeah.
you're doing.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Basically.
So, but everyone playing
Yeah.
for the same drinks.
That's awesome.
So everyone that's in is playing for the drinks, and it's really a really cool game.
Yeah.
The same people kind of play, So
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes back around.
Being a family,
It
family
really
owned, family
is.
operated.
Yeah. I mean, when you're playing dice, obviously, the kids aren't there
I'll
because
kick
they're at
all
the
their
bar.
ass in Yahtzee.
Yeah, but who's not to say
Yeah.
the kids aren't going to go?
Yeah.
You got a 6?
Yeah.
What
Bullshit.
bullshit,
You're
dude?
lying.
Yeah.
You're lying, Dad. You're lying.
Yeah, exactly. That's never happened.
Yeah.
Keep you honest.
Yeah, they're
Exactly.
going to keep you honest.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not there.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they have a vast array of great tequila.
Yeah.
I mean, they have
There you
high value tequila.
Oh, damn.
Like I'm talking like high dollar tequila, like $200 bottles that are up there.
Yeah.
And they will, hey, let me taste that.
Oh, that's cool.
Sure,
that's really. That's cool because
They
shit.
will-
Like even a taster, if you're just trying to try to
they
taste
will let
booze,
you taste it.
That's cool.
Like Jose, no joke, they will let you do it.
Yeah.
So Drunk Donkey for me is pretty solid.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The one place I've never been there, and it's up here in. I think it technically might be Visalia, but I want to say there was one in Tulare too. And the only reason is because I'm such a nerd is because of Boy Meets World. There's a place called Chubby's up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There is.
and I don't know if it's good or not. I've never been there, but it's called Chubby's. And me and Vero, when we were driving down to Howie and Sons yesterday,
It's right across the street from.
I saw Chubby's.
I'm sure you saw the Chubby's building.
Yeah, I saw Chubby's. I was just like, man, Boy Meets World. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, it's from Boy Meets World. She was like, what's that? I was like, okay. Almost ended the relationship right there. Just kidding,
That's it.
sweetheart. Just kidding, babe.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. She'll listen to this later and she'll be like, oh, is that right? She'll be like, at least you mentioned me.
She's gonna be mad at you.
That'd be all right.
V, you can come up anytime.
Yeah.
You're always welcome, V.
Oh, yeah. No, she's my sweetheart. She's my rock.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
that's one
Chubby's
place.
is pretty solid.
I just want to be able to go into a Chubby's just because of Boy Meets World. I mean, that was
when you
like,
go in,
yeah.
you smell just like a burger coming out.
Oh,
like
then-
a fried burger.
Absolutely.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need. And that's what Chubby's was. It was a burger place.
You might as well work at Chubby's if you walk out of there because you smell just the same.
There's
The
nothing
guy
wrong with
going
it.
off,
Dude, they're
flipping
frying
the
burgers like they're just-
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is just like that.
Awesome.
So it's right across the street from Bevma or across the parking lot from
Yeah,
Bevma.
because it's kind of by like the Home Goods and all that stuff over there. No free sponsors or no free
Yeah.
ads. Sorry, Home Goods, fuck off. Just kidding. You got really good pots and pans.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna jump into the last beer here.
I was gonna say if we're not cheersing, I'm drinking Coors Light.
There you go.
Hey.
And before we do that too, we took like a smidgen of a break, and we had had the boys try some pretzels, the IPA pretzels, try
Damn
the wheat
Skippy.
pretzels, the stout peanuts,
Delicious.
all the good stuff.
Delicious.
Yeah. Juan, Justin, I know you're listening. You guys just kill it every time. So, and they are based out of Riverside, but they're also based out of San Diego as well. So that's
Okay.
where they do like the production is in San Diego.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're in a bunch of breweries. They're in King's Brewing. There's a whole laundry list. Like, I couldn't name them all. There's so many. If you go on to snacksontap.net, go on their website. You can order them there. They have T-shirts too. But all of their pretzels, and who doesn't who doesn't want to eat peanuts and pretzels when they're drinking a beer?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Smorgasbord.
Oh yeah. They have chili, like I said before, chili lime, IPA, stout, wheat, all good.
All
I mean-
phenomenal.
Yeah, my favorite pretzel
Yeah.
is the wheat.
Yeah.
And then obviously my peanut favorite is the chili lime.
Oh yeah, chili lime's fine. That's
you can't go wrong.
Juan always says. They always, anytime they have pop-ups, that's the one that they can't keep in stock.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah. And they, and I'm so, thankful for them to just, they send me stuff, all the time to be able to have, those kind of snacks all the time in the pantry. And especially when I'm having a beer, and Jared's about to crack into a
Matter
wheat,
of
I
fact,
think, or chili
no,
lime.
I'm gonna tear up these chili limes.
There you go.
Yeah,
They're delicious.
Skippy.
Oh yeah. Oh, and this is another.
They come out of the bag like as a cluster.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's solid.
Oh, it's a
Like-
cluster. You just want to
They're
pop.
like they're chili lime clusters.
You just want to pop all those nuts in there, There you go. And this next one, we've got one more beer to do. This one is called Captain Save-A-Hop.
Yeah.
It says Captain Save-A-Hop and the Pineapple Blaster. It's a West Coast IPA brewed with pineapple. And what I love about this can, it has like 5 skulls and it has 3 layers. It says color, malt, and hops. Yeshua actually has one of these stickers, a sticker from the beer on his freezer. The color is at 2 skulls, the malt's at 2 skulls, and the hops is at 4 skulls, coming in at 7.1%. And I love the can artwork. So they're based out of Fresno, so another Central Valley beer. It's brewed at 620 F Street in Fresno, California.
Full circle.
Artwork is phenomenal.
It's really cool artwork
It's
too.
full circle.
Yeah,
You guys ready for this?
let's crack her
Wow,
open,
This
eh?
is a good one.
There we go.
Beautiful
Love it.
sound.
We're gonna crack this. We're gonna crack this brewski.
I actually am really excited about this, and I'll tell you why.
Captain Insano. No, I was just kidding. Go ahead.
I took this off the can and I put it on my freezer.
Yeah.
That's how much I like this beer.
He kind of looks like Skeletor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Skeletor.
There is a resemblance.
Yeah. There's a resemblance to Skeletor. Shout out to He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
I actually
a little bit left
followed
in
a
this.
guy
Yeah.
on Instagram. In all of his pictures with his wife, he put Skeletor in the background.
Oh, there you
and
go.
his wife didn't notice for years.
Yeah. So it's like Jerry
Yeah.
Seinfeld
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
Superman.
yeah,
Until one of his wife's friends
Yeah.
decided to like destroy it.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Could
My
you
s-
imagine putting Skeletor in all of your
Yeah.
family background photos?
Oh, it's great.
You know,
My sister just walked
surfing
in.
on the beach.
Yeah.
Kai, you want to say hi?
Hola.
That's Kyla.
We have Kai here in the house.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You can say hi.
Snacks.
Yeah. Those are the ones I meant to. I brought them up and I forgot to give them to you guys. Sorry,
Snacks on tap.
I was hoarding the snacks on tap because
We
I just
have an
wanted them all
outside
for
taste
myself.
tester to try
Yeah.
the snacks on tap.
Chili lime, bomb.
This is actually.
Can you rate those for the audience, please?
Chili lime.
Yeah, big fat
Got
10.
a 7.
Okay,
7.5.
all right.
I know I like these.
Those which ones are the stout ones or the wheat
stout
ones?
ones.
Yeah, the stout ones are one of my faves. Too.
stouts.
Love chili lime, but love the stout.
Well, last time I was here, or last time I was down south,
I think we got them at Louis, didn't we?
Yeah, but I haven't ate all the chili lime.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah. The stout ones, yeah.
Yeah, these are my favorite.
So, like I said, shout out to Juan and
These
Justin.
are 10.
Yeah, they do an amazing job. Kai
it's
Kai
not
with the
pretzel.
cameo. Oh, she's gonna have a pretzel too. Here we go. Jumping in, water's fine.
Here comes the pretzels.
Yeah,
Pretzels.
yeah,
Pretzels.
yeah. Well, let's cheers to this one, boys. Captain Save a Hop.
It's don't be confused with Sabaho.
Yeah, Captain Insano from Waterboy.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
My boys.
Cheers.
Ooh, that smells pretty good.
Man, I love this one.
Oh my gosh.
These are better than the peanuts.
Oh, the stout pretzels. Oh yeah, they're fire, and they have like a cinnamon spice to it.
Yeah.
It's delicious. This beer though is good.
It's
almost looks
extremely smooth.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a red too.
Yeah, it's
the
extremely
IPA.
Smooth. It's really
These are
tasty.
really good too, I
So
remember.
right off the scent,
Yeah.
have you ever poured a glass of cranberry juice
Yeah.
and like just like
Oh, just kind of taking in the notes.
it smells like cranberry.
Trying to get that, but I'm getting floral notes to it, but nothing too crazy. But I do like this for it being kind of like a red. I like it, and I'm not the biggest red fan. I shouldn't say that because I do like reds,
Right.
but I don't
just-
drink them as much as because not as many breweries make reds.
Exactly.
And I know this is not a red. This is a West Coast, but it
Yeah.
kind of looks like a red.
It's red.
Yeah. But for
It's
being a
an
West
amber.
Coast, yeah,
I think it's an amber.
yeah, it's probably an amber, yeah. But I'm gonna give this a 7.5. It's a solid West Coast for me.
Yeah, I love this beer. Like I said, I mean, I took it off. It took me a long time to take this this label off.
Yeah.
And put it on my freezer for this.
Yeah.
It's a BFT for me.
Nice. Hey,
And
more power to
I
you.
love this beer.
Yeah. What do you got,
I
Jared?
mean, I taste the pineapple in this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
taste everything about
Yeah.
this.
You definitely get the pineapple. The only thing is, my only thing with it, the only reason I give it a 7.5 is because because it says with pineapple blast.
Sure.
I want more pineapple.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're right.
But it's still good though. It's still really good for me. Like it being a 7.5, that's a solid score.
oh
for me.
yeah,
Right?
no doubt.
So right off the top, the scent, I'm getting very fruity.
Yeah, you definitely get fruity on the nose.
I can't distinguish between I'm getting like a cranberry pineapple
cran apple.
Yeah, it's different. But when you to the drink,
Yeah.
it's very much like a hazy, fruity. It's very much a hazy, fruity IPA.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's you definitely get floral notes. You get the fruity notes from it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just like what Jizzy would always say is like if you're putting like the fruit or something like that on the on the can.
Taste it.
Yeah, I want to be able to taste it more. And like I said, this
Exactly.
is still really good. This isn't not a knock on Full Circle at all.
Yeah.
But
I want more
I don't
pineapple.
taste it.
Yeah. I just want
Whereas
more
I
pineapple.
can whereas the initial sniff,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get a lot of fruity notes,
Super on the nose.
but you don't taste
Yeah.
it.
You
You don't
definitely get it
taste.
on the nose.
It's your run of the mill IPA. After
Yeah.
that, I mean,
Yeah, it's still really
It's
good.
a 7.12.
Yeah.
Which is really freaking cool to me.
Yeah.
And
It's a great can artwork, dude.
yeah, to me, I think, the can work is probably really cool too.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Grab it, the grab part.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely. Like, I saw that, like, yesterday, and I was like, oh, dang, I want to get that because it reminded me of Skeletor.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm almost certain, at some point, like maybe we're doing an injustice by only taking partials
Oh, yeah.
from it,
Yeah.
like we're not getting the full circle
Yeah. I
by
get that.
getting that.
Well, there's that. We're not tasting it off of a tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's always the difference, too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it could be aged.
It's an immense difference.
But the age
Yeah,
is probably
it's
another
immense.
thing too.
Depending on when it was canned. So.
Well, I think there's
Well, for
Can-
for a perspective, I mean, I drink Pliny the Elder on
Yeah.
tap at Pita Kebab all
Yeah.
day, but I buy 6 of their bottles out of the fridge, and it's a completely different taste. It's just
Yeah.
it's different.
Cool.
Yeah. So off out of the can and off the tap, I mean, that's 2 separate just injustices. You know what I mean? Like you get the flavor out of the can, but
Yeah.
nothing justifies the flavor out of the tap.
straight from the barrel.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
just-
Yeah.
It's
So-
just there's nothing better.
Here's the problem with Full Circle, right? And you're talking straight from the tap. These guys, when they ship out their product, it's always sitting.
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
I mean, just for, shits and giggles, this can right here is September.
Oh,
it was
fuck.
canned.
It's old as shit. Yeah.
It's 10/5 of 2022. So, I mean,
The shelf life, yes. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it could be different. Like, if we were to have a fresh one.
fresh one,
Yeah.
we may get a little bit more of that
And,
pineapple.
and it's still got a 7.5 for me.
Yeah,
For being
sure,
for
no.
being an older one. So.
Yep.
No, but still, I mean, we're
But-
still giving,
That's just I guess that's what we would express in this
Yeah.
podcast.
oh, for
yeah.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
we just-
You're gonna get what you're gonna get
Yeah.
when you buy from a local liquor store
Yeah.
or a local,
Skippy.
any store.
yeah. I said it's not a knock. Yeah.
Go to the source. Go
Yeah.
to the source.
Yep.
Just please.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the source. If you find something off the shelf you enjoy and something you can really write home about, then
That's not peeing. That's just so everybody
then go
knows.
to the source. Go to the brewery. Invest the time.
Oh, exactly.
To make the trip to the brewery.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's a whole different experience. I mean,
Oh, it is. Just going to a brewery or
can-
any
you-
brewery. Yeah.
for example, I'm a huge Russian River fan. Pliny the Elder. I can get Pliny the Elder out of a bottle all day,
Yeah.
but out of that bottle, it tastes way different than when I can get it out of the tap.
Yeah.
So
You get a
go to
cold
the
glass.
go to the places,
Yeah.
get the experience,
And
just learn the art.
Yeah. That's
learn the art of the brewer. I mean,
exactly.
It's
and that's what the show's about. Like for me, it's getting people to if I go record with a brewer, or if I'm up here with you guys, and you guys can mention all the different breweries around here, and if somebody maybe lives in Bakersfield that listens to the show, or maybe they live in Fresno, and they can come down here and do that, or like down by me, I'm in Bellflower, and if they're at
Bakersfield,
I
can get you set up there too, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, it's not saying like if you can go to Orange County, there's so many breweries down there. So,
yeah.
But thank you guys again for being on the episode with me.
Brother,
thank you for inviting me.
It was a privilege, man.
Yeah, this is super fun.
I appreciate you so much.
Oh, love you guys, man. Like you guys are like Josh is my brother. You're my you're might as well be a brother. I love you, man.
Touche, man.
Guys, this is stay tuned for the outro because you got to hear the article of the week from the Bro Code from Barnabas Stinson. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, thank you guys again for being on.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Too sweet me. Josh is doing a piece to the
Deuces.
Deuces, call me. Hope you enjoyed that. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Enjoyed that interview. Not really an interview, but it was just a conversation with the boys, with Jared, Josh. But like we end every episode, this is Article 14 of the Bro Code. If a chick inquires about another bro's sexual history, a bro shall honor the broad of silence and play dumb. Better have women think all men are stupid than to tell the truth. Hope you enjoyed the episode.